Hello, beloved audience. Lana back again, and today is day 10. And we are actually today's cognition I wanted to share with everybody. How do you find synchronicities? Like, I'm curious, you probably always stumble upon synchronicities, and once you start realizing certain coincidences that kind of, oh, I was just thinking about it, and then it shows up. And sometimes you would just um, daydream or have some type of memory pop up in your head, and then sometime throughout the day you keep stumbling upon the same thing. And whenever I've learned the concept of synchronicity, this is just fun to notice sometimes. I used to be very attached to the meanings of these things. Now I've realized that it probably happens on big scale so much more often and so coherently that it's just impossible for, and maybe absolutely unnecessary for our brains to actually process all of the synchronicities at the same time. But what happened today was really curious. I went to work, and I wasn't able to put in my morning routine in the morning. My routine, my daily routine. I'm gonna put it in after this video, which consists of meditation, uh, concentration exercise, eye exercise, diaphragmatic breathing, and gratitude. So I still have to do it for today. I get to do it for today. Big difference. So the story goes, I arrived to work. It's Wednesday. I work at Men's Warehouse, and it's slow during the week because on the weekends we go bananas. It's super crazy, super busy. Everybody runs their errands on weekends, so that's what we get. On Wednesday today, I come in. We have maybe one customer an hour, and then it also starts raining. It was really cold wind with pretty heavy rain, not a lot of thunder, but when I looked outside, it felt like tornado would start. It was that type of sky. It was very dark and very thick. So expected that there would be barely any customers, even though we had a few waves of busyness. Not crazy busyness. We were like easily handling it. So a customer per employee. So that was good. And today, on Wednesday, from 11 to 1, is that Conscious Business Accelerators Zoom call that I signed up for a week and a half ago. Today is the fifth or sixth call, and I felt a little bit bummed out that I don't get to be on Zoom's call today because I'm at work. However, that was so slow, it was stupid. I received a notification to my phone from Facebook that the live video is up. It was already 15 minutes in, but I clicked on it. I thought it was just a message. I didn't read it prior to clicking it. And the live video was streaming with Victor talking. And I'm so glad I actually wasn't on live stream, because we talked about just overcoming the fear of rejection, hesitation, procrastination because we think we're not good enough, which, first of all, prior to me starting this program, this is what I started working on breaking through. I also had that obstacle that I have to have good camera, I have to have good face, I have to have even eyebrows, I have to have no scars on my forehead to actually be good on camera, I have to have good teeth, and I have to be so excellent at everything. And that was the conversation, like, drop it, you don't need any of this. And admittedly, Victor was also mentioning, like, to accelerate your business, you think you need a website. Like, how often do you actually go on your website? Because, well, honestly, good point. I don't think like everybody may need website, because especially if you're influencer, maybe YouTuber, you probably can run from that platform as easily as from any other platform without having actual website. However, I don't know if I'm trying to justify myself. However, for myself, I find my website useful because I get to send you my artwork if you want to purchase it sometime. I figured I can do some drop shipping items. I can also print tapestries and not just do print canvases, but maybe print sketchbooks. I think that's cool. And another business I want to build is a tea house. It's gonna be in the making. I just can't stop thinking about it. I want to have a tea house. So in any case, as I am working on my website, which funny enough I wasn't able to put in any work towards that because I've committed to making these daily videos, and sometimes putting it out there takes a little bit longer than I expect. And life also happens, because even today after work, I had to come in and vacuum and do the laundry quickly. So tomorrow I'm off and have full day to actually do the website, do the YouTube, do the homework on Conscious Business Accelerator program, and fulfill on all those things, and run to Menards because I just bought myself a plant and get them soil, and also maybe visit my boyfriend at night. So life comes in. Another conversation at that Zoom call touched on a authenticity, and this is what I liked about it. It's why I decided to do these daily videos. So I'm talking to myself anyways. It's basically a diary. English speakers, please help me with English. Sometimes I don't hear what I pronounce. I don't necessarily hear like color or color. Well, let's move on. So as we're talking about our authenticity, and Victor touches on the points when we actually have to go live and share our cognitions, share our feelings, or express what we see ourselves doing as a business, in which ways we would help people. We try to do it all live. And becoming comfortable on camera and just putting content out there. Doesn't have to be long, doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be super gorgeous, doesn't have to be expensive, it doesn't have to be any of those things. You just have to be yourself. It's just you and the camera, and put it out there and see what happens, and just keep doing it until you find friends, basically. Good idea. Whoever came up with that, good for you. And as he talks about it, he spoke about one video that I stumbled upon a couple weeks ago, maybe, and I really liked it. It was a young guy, just on the video, smoking a cigarette, and shares his cognition that he downloaded throughout his day. I don't remember the name of the channel. I think Azayla. But the title called Just Exist, Bro. And I remember watching this video because it was really simple. I really like that the guy is authentic and just shares his idea of life, that we come here to exist, we come here to be, and being is what we want. I used to walk around always saying, like, why do I have to go to school all the time? Why do I have to get up so early for doing something what other people want me to do? Why do I have to go to work? Why do I have to be earning money? Everything seems so tiring, so much. Life is just exhausting, and there's all of these, now you have to file taxes after you grow up, and Jesus Christ. Anyways, have you ever tried to buy a house? How much paperwork you have to go through? This is ridiculous. Just buy a house. Anyways, and I would be like, why can't I just exist? I just want to be, like, just don't touch me. Like, I want to be on the island. Maybe not on the island, but I want to explore nature. I want to be closer to nature. I want to be closer to simple living, even though I like pizzazz. I feel like that's just so much quieter and peaceful. Like, if I go to the city, I could always go to the city, but I want my major environment to be at peace. And which is hilarious because my mind is so busy, but on its own. At least it's what I've had a lot of in the past. And also this young gentleman discusses that, like, compares you to think of how animals go, right? He says cats just being there, they just sit and they're like, I'm a cat and I'm the shit, and that's true. Same thing with dogs. They don't care, they don't worry about waking up at 6 a.m. and actually putting in their workout. They just exist. However, they also tend to catch a lot of habits from humans, and we do the same. That's a monkey effect. Just you have banana, I need to have banana. You have a red ball, I have a blue ball. I want to have a red ball now because you have red ball. Anyways, at the Conscious Business Accelerator, Victor mentioned the video of the guy just exist, bro. And that struck me because I was just recently thinking about it. And quite often, because that exact video impacted me in a way that he just spoke the truth and he was himself, and it resonated with 2 million viewers. I mean, maybe there was like one viewer who watched it 2 million times. If it wasn't even that guy, it could be. Who knows? But the truth to be told is that simple, authentic self, genuine self, and not selfish, but self-full. This is something like I adopting in my vocabulary. Selfish is just so little. You can't be selfish because you're not the whole self. To be self, you have to be your whole self. You have to be soulful. You have to be soulful. So I love playing with languages like this. So that was kind of to me, this synchronicity was meaningful because when I signed up for Conscious Business Accelerator, that actually gave me, I had a solid feeling that this is what I need, and that shows me that I'm on the right path. Because literally prior to stumbling upon the announcement that the program is going to be happening, I already started my YouTube video. I started posting a little bit more often on TikTok and YouTube and my Facebook, and I just started working more diligently on building my website. I got it maybe not halfway through, but I'm filling in the portfolio at the moment before I actually set up the store. I have a strategy lined up about it, and I'm working on solidifying a few workshops that would be based on therapeutic art, how creativity is therapeutic, and how you can use it for your own well-being, especially if you cannot help yourself with anything else. Because there was just recently a moment in my life that I got scammed, I lost a lot of money, and it was such a multitude of feelings. I was angry at myself. I was angry at putting myself in that situation. I was kind of mad at the person for being a scammer, but then from other side, I was like, I get it. I was like, maybe I'm just in the wrong industry. Honestly, like, why do I not have such an enormous amount of ignorance and just boldness to just go around screwing people over and feel okay doing it? It's like, that's a whole different character. Like, I don't know why I'm not like that. It's not necessarily that I want to be like that character, but that boldness, that just ruthless train-like character, you just like running people over, I guess. And if they make any bank, then good for them. I don't know if there's some karma thing gonna happen. None of my business. I lost the train of thought. Anyways, so with Conscious Business Accelerator, yeah, that was very synchronistic to me because I figured that would help me develop the mindset that actually is required to be more comfortable being out there and creating more of a environment where I can have community of people who actually dig in spirituality and whatever spirituality can be attached to, because we're all in the same boat here. So I actually probably have to do better with communicating with people from there. And yet I started it when I had a few days off, which was easy at the moment. Now when I'm working back to work and working not 9 to 5, my schedule is so random. I either work 10 to 6, which means I have to come in earlier to open the building, or I work 1 to 9, and then really wonky time. So I don't have consistent schedule. So again, if I don't have consistent schedule at work, I at least gonna do my best to be consistent in here and communicate and share myself with the world. But those are two really. There was a lot of cognitions I actually gathered today, and I started writing them down because I realized there's so many interesting things I want to talk about, and I know they're still in my head, and as they pop up, I want to put it out there. So tell me what you think. Whenever you have some like minor synchronicities like this, but they resonating with you, how do you feel, and what kind of meanings you usually put into it? Is it a good feeling? Is it a bad feeling? Do you try to make it meaningful, or do you think that just meant to happen the way it is, and for us it just kind of to notice, to bring awareness that everything, and if this is synchronizing, then there's a lot of many more things that synchronizing. So there's it could be a very deep topic, and I would appreciate you if you have any ideas about it, shoot it down in the comments. I'm curious to read. I love you all. Have a good night.